Hey, screeners, it's me, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
And me, Nico. Shout out to all my Nicoholics. Throw it at my man because the movie Mount Rushmore is back and we are too sweet.
Yeah, I'm throwing it up. Sorry, my ears were playing up. Did you say Nicoluro?
Private joke. Man got joke.
Private joke. Do you know what though? It's like, again, going into private moments. Last week we weren't on air because someone was celebrating matrimony. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you, my man.
Do you know what? It hit me though. I've been kicking myself for the longest while because, as you know, it was a bit of a freestyle. Like I'd kind of planned that I may be called for a speech, but COVID went away. Oh, you shit. There we go. 42 seconds in. Oh, well. 42 seconds in. You know what, guys? Place your bets for the next show. Like, who will say it and what time will they say it in? Like, there we go.
All now. COVID.
Exactly. Like that. I think we should do that. That should be the one. Whoever wins it gets the silver screen prize. But like, you know, yeah,
what's
COVID changed
COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it. Like, who cares now? COVID just changed it all for us. Like, and the plan. And so it was an pretty much ad hoc speech. It came from the heart. And I thought, do you know what was a golden opportunity that was missed? I should have kicked off the thing a la Silver Screen Jones. I should have been, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, the one AJ, and to the right. And then you could have done your bit and then kick it off. And I was like, damn, golden moment.
No one would have got it, but I love it. No one would have got it, but I love
it. Hopefully, Ollie would have. That would have been it. Like, we'd have had one person be like, I get that. I get that.
I'll say this though, mate. You made me very, very, very proud of you as a best man. Very, very proud.
Why, thank you. It was an honor.
Very happy to have you there as my best man.
It was an honor and a pleasure. I'm gonna feel like such a shit, and this is because this is how we are. We are off the cuff. We are unscripted. You had a couple that you travel with on holiday, but this is the first time you met them in the UK.
Oh yeah, Rob and Soph. Yeah.
That's the one, Rob and Sophie. They are hilarious. Like I've actually said that they are. I mean, everyone at the table, shout out to you all because of course you're listening. But honestly, more than anything, when we were talking about the diving joke, I swear the way we all bounced off of each other, that is the first. And I even said it to Dan, my brother, everyone. That is the first time in a very long time. It was tears of laughter. Like, yeah. So your wedding was magical, my friend. Honestly, magical. And I wish
it wasn't the wedding we wanted, but we certainly got a hell of a good day.
I was going to say it was the wedding you deserved, but that would have been unfair. I was trying to quote Batman, and I was like, Batman. Like, don't do that one. Don't do that. That was wrong. No. But you know what? I always say this, and again, this is me like shitting on everyone because I was there and you weren't, but not that. But it's sometimes, I've said this is you. Okay, I'm not saying you guys are going to be ultra flash kits or anything like that, but you could have all the theatrics. You could have 10,000 more people in attendance. But it wouldn't match up to a group of, say, 5 people. Obviously, you had more than 5 people there. Legally, people, don't worry, there was no rules broken. But you get what I'm trying to say.
We were fucking well behaved.
Yeah, like an intimate group of people, and it just gives you a chance to connect more, laugh more, and have those moments. And that's what I found was really magical about it.
Like the bride and groom was like, oh, you need to go thank and say hello to this person and that person. It's like, you know what? I've said hello to everyone. I can sit down at my table and have some good food now.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was literally that. And you know, you guys had your moments, you connected, you came back. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. So yeah.
It was lovely.
And long may it continue.
Yeah. Well, we've got a third member of the family joining us soon, don't we?
This is it.
Rob, by the way, who AJ just mentioned, watch this space. We are planning on actually having him on as a guest.
Yes.
In the not too distant future. Silver Screen Revisited.
Yeah. No, that's not been done before, but this was an interesting one. I must admit, when I heard the concept, I was like, dude.
I know, you told me. You're 2 months too late.
I was like, And the thing is that he watched me. Oh, God, guys, I'm sorry. Just take this first 6 minutes of tangent, yeah? He looked at me, dropped the idea. He's like, did Nico tell you the idea? And I paused. I was like, well, Nico gets a lot of ideas thrown at him. Which one are you? And then he said trains. And then I was like, okay. Oh, spoiler alert. So he says it. And I'm like, He's like, you hate the idea, don't you? I'm like, no, I love it.
The idea.
I love it. And then he's like, thank you for like faking the enthusiasm. I'm like, no, this is genuine. I actually really enjoy it. This was the concept. This is what we've done before. But if only you were there before. But no, it will be a Silver Screen Dudes Revisited, because you know what? Why not?
Why not? Why not indeed? Why not indeed? And I feel like I was a bit too harsh on Rob, because okay, so he does have his own YouTube channel, which I will plug right now, called Little Wicket Railway. He is for model trains what you and me are for movies. Like, the man is a nerd. He's a fucking nerd. But he does know his movies somewhat, but it would be nice to have, like, he's going to come on and say things like, well, actually, they got this element wrong with that train. But it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun take. But I think I buried him a little bit when he was like, Soph thinks I'm autistic. I was like, well, you do like trains.
I mean, there is that. But more to the point, I mean, let's be honest. There are two things that excited Sheldon
Flags and trains.
But
and then a third, Amy Farrah Fowler.
Indeed, yeah. But another thing about that is I actually, again, I said it to him, and I'm not joking. Like, me, if you can remodel anything, it doesn't have to be life size. I just like to see stuff recreated. So your train channel actually does interest me. And he's like, you don't have to. I'm like, dude, I'm serious. Like, this is me. Like, Disneyland excites me. The sheer concept of it does. So, let's do this. I'm down. I'm excited.
Speaking of which, spoiler for a few weeks ahead, but actually, no. Do you know what? That would be spoiling something on my list. I'll bring it up when we get there.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. So, when we're talking about anticipation, depending on where you are in the world, you may be anticipating the sunshine, because we sure as hell are. But the sunshine is here because we are entering summer. So, what better thing to do than discuss the upcoming most anticipated films of this summer?
Yeah, it's going to be a weird one, isn't it? Because we're actually going to talk about movies we haven't seen.
Yeah, exactly. So don't look for like the grand analysis. Don't even whether it be trailer, whether it be actor, just go with what you want.
Trailer, actor, fucking based on a previous experience with a pre-existing IP. Like,
this is it. It's weird. It's crazy. It's nuts. And in a world, let's be honest. Okay, maybe last year, but if you'd thrown this topic. If you'd thrown this topic in 2019, it's one thing. 2020 and 2021 are the biggest madness, because they're dates that are just being shifted around all the time. There were films that were meant to be released February last year, and now there was summer blockbuster. Like, you can't make this up.
Well, we're living in a world where James Bond and June, arguably the two biggest movies of the year, should have been released already. It's mental.
This is it. It's that crazy flow. And may I say, Bond not being on the list because it's not going to be a summer blockbuster. I do believe that is that is what cinema's waiting for. Cinema's on hold for that movie. There was a few others that I thought of, and they've come and gone. Bond is that golden egg that they're hoping for.
So much. Well, I'd argue that and Dune. People are dying.
Yeah. Dune. Interesting, actually.
Hang on. I'm rereading the shit,
bro. So this is what's very interesting, because the comment that you just told me to hold back on was the missus' stepdad is also rereading Dune at the moment. So it just shows that there is a lot of anticipation for this film.
It's not the easiest read, I have to say. I think I get a vibe from Dune that you may get from Lord of the Rings. Like, Lord of the Rings never bothered me with the amount of names and places and things you have to retain. Bro, Frank Herbert gives Tolkien a run for his money, I tell you. Fuck me. Like, there are some paragraphs where there's that rat-a-tat dialogue of two really interesting characters bouncing off of each other. But then they do some exposition. And it's like, and they went to this planet of the spice melange to control this, and the Iraqians and the Atreides. And it's like, stop. Too many names. And this isn't in one chapter. This is in a fucking paragraph. I'm like, what is happening?
So do you know what
names in here than actual words? What?
Do you know what's actually really funny with that, which I can play a comparison game for? Obviously, it's not for me, but at the moment, following on from 2 weeks ago, the missus and I are visiting / revisiting the MCU. We are now we've just completed Infinity War. The smile I had on my face last night going to bed, like, she's going to see Infinity War tomorrow. I felt like a kid going to Disneyland. It's sad how excited I was. Her reaction to the end still hurts me. Like, oh, but they're going to bring him back. I was like, hold on. I was talking for like hours there was like 3-4 hours of what's going to happen next. You're just casually accepting it. Did Spider-Man not hurt you? Like I was welling up again at Spidey. Like did that not? And she was like, no, it's fine. He'll be whoa. But apart from that, but because she is completely alien to the MCU prior to this, there are a lot of characters to take in. So, yeah.
She didn't like the best one, which fucking hurts me to this hour still, but
so yes, she's not a fan of Doctor Strange. What was funny, and I pulled her up on it, was Guardians 1. She's like, who is this annoying tree? Like, why does he just keep saying I am Groot? By the end of Guardians, when it's baby Groot dancing, she's like, oh, that's cute. By Guardians Volume 2, Groot is the one. And I'm like, it's funny. You don't have to be into
that wasn't a good film.
I don't. No, bro. But the lady, and this is the God's honest truth. Women don't even watch, and I don't want to put it down to just women, but it's from what I've seen on consensus.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm putting this down to a general consensus of what I've seen. I'm not saying it's global, but women that I have been in contact with, I stress that I have been in contact with, may not necessarily even know who the Guardians are, but they melt at the sight of baby Groot.
Oh, he's cute as a button.
Yeah, but bro, I this is it. But that, like, I shout out to Kat, work colleague. She was Groot, and I, so much so that I think her birthday was coming up or something happened. Got her a baby Groot. She loved that little bugger to the end, like hugged him to death. I had another female friend who got Groot tattooed on her back. Like Groot gets the love, man. Like it's there. So that's what it is. Guardians 2 was a very odd film. I appreciated it more second time around because the first time I was like, this is weak. I did appreciate it a bit more this time around, but
it was too predictable. That was my issue. You knew from the get-go who the villain was. You knew from the get-go that he was responsible from the mom. It's like it was like they may as well have put it on the fucking Piccadilly Circus Titantron. Like that shit was internationally broadcast. Like, it's like, hey, I see that coming from a long way off.
Sorry. I just love this one. Because of all things you could have called it, it was the Piccadilly Titantron. Like only the wrestling fans will know. Like, the LED board is known as a Titantron. Throw it up, bro. But yeah, also revisit
Monday Night Raw.
Come again?
Still won't watch Monday Night Raw.
I don't blame you. I heard this week was weak.
Oh, see, I missed a good 2 weeks and we're back to shit. No,
yeah,
sorry.
People are like, after 3 weeks of fun, this is shit again. I'm like, fair enough. And yes, I also owe you apologies for Civil War. Not that I completely hate the film, but it is a spot fest. It's not the film that I thought it once was. Yeah. So that's that. So that's a bit of a tangent
it's TLC with a missed concerto.
It could well be. I was like, I haven't even gone back to your list because at first I was like, I'm going to enjoy this and then I'm going to revisit his list and shut him down. And I was like, probably not.
Yeah, but bro, you've literally just said, this is what hurts me so much about that movie. We are not going to have another fucking war.
It's not worth it.
But I've said this to you off air so many times. I want to love that movie. Like, I'm not one of these guys like the fucking Star Wars haters who go out and like, we're not going to like this movie. Yeah. It's like, no. If you like a movie, you win at life. Like, that's not liking a movie, you lose. You know what I mean? And it sucks to lose, but it happens sometimes. I want to love every movie I see, minus Will Ferrell. But I try. I have gone back so many, and each time I've put those messages in the group, and every time we've had one of our numerous Civil War debates, and all of you boys come back at me. It's like, no, but this, that, and the other. I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I really do need to just put all this aside and go back and watch it. But every time I do, and every time I turn it on, and the fucking things start to happen, and it's like, oh, how much does this fucking movie want me to forgive? Yes, it's got some awesome spots. Yeah, Ant-Man going big is awesome. Yes, Spider-Man's arrival is awesome. But there's so much I have to forgive in order to really appreciate those parts. Yes, that fucking fight at the end is awesome in terms of a visual spectacle. But it's so telegraphed. It's like, oh, we killed your mum.
Do you know what I will say?
Really? Fuck.
Do you know what I will say? It's the best showing the MCU has put out for the Black Panther.
Yeah. That I'll listen to. That I'll listen to.
Yeah. 100%.
That I will listen to all day long.
That's who I needed as a Black Panther.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Chadwick.
Yeah, big time R.I.P. Chadwick, Wakanda forever. But that I'll listen to. That was an awesome version of Black Panther that we got. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, before he became all kingly and regal, and Daddy's just died. Fuck the kingship. I'm gonna kick some ass. It's like, oh yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's the thing, is that there's so much good in that film, but there's all these. It's the straw that broke the camel's back syndrome, innit? Because there's all these like little niggling things, and it's like, for most part, if it was 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 of those things, you'd be like, fucking forgive it. There's a, you know, you forgive shit in a movie. You know, no movie's perfect. It's fine. That didn't work for me, but there's so much more that's great in here. But for me, there is so much in that movie where it's like, oh my God, this just doesn't make sense.
I get you.
Enjoy the spots when what's leading up to the spots is nonsensical.
Yeah. No,
and
I get you.
Where it's just like, well, plot armor, convenience. It's like, well, we better fucking make sure that UPS delivery driver delivers that package with the EMT at exactly the right time, because UPS has never been late with the delivery package, has it? Hey, you know, it's little things like that where it's like, just no.
Could you imagine
if all of those things coming into place at exactly the right time? It's just, it was such a reach. And then, you know, that one thing is a reach, and you're like, nah, fuck it. We live in a world of comic book superheroes, and in this world, the UPS delivery man arrives on time. Fuck it, okay. But when it's little things like that happening again and again and again and again, it's like, no. It's a piss take now. Man, you were meant to drown. His mouth was still out of the sink. He didn't drown.
Could you imagine? Sorry, the UPS bit is in my mind. If they got the traditional, we attempted to deliver, but you weren't.
But that's what would happen.
But we said R.I.P. Chadwick. I just want to put out a big R.I.P. to Richard Donner, who passed away today.
What?
Yeah, Richard Donner passed today, bro.
No.
For those of you unfamiliar, Superman, The Goonies, Lethal Weapon, amongst many other films. Yeah.
Wow.
I did see that earlier today, and as I said, oh shoot, he was behind X-Men as well. Executive producer on X-Men. Yeah, didn't even know that.
Hang on, whoa. Donner wasn't even that old.
91, I believe. Yeah, 91.
Oh, fine, I'll shut up. He was much younger.
Yeah.
Hey, legend. R.I.P. Richard Donner.
That's the one.
Nearly 20 minutes. This may not be the longest of episodes, given the lack of content that we have to talk about, but we should get into it now.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of the way I looked at it as well. Like, let's do this. Right. So before we do get into it, would you like to tell those listening for the first time what it's about? They're like, it's in movies. They've talked about their girlfriends, their weddings, and everything else.
Let's talk some movies. So for those of you tuning in for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. If you are new to the Movie Mount Rushmore podcast and you are finding us on YouTube, please give that video a like. Please hit that subscribe button. And whether you're on YouTube or on podcast, please do tell a friend to tell a friend, because the more people watch and the more people listen, the more we grow and the more we can make content for you and the more grateful we are and the more happy, hopefully, you are. If you're listening to us on podcast, we're everywhere, iOS, Android, wherever it may be, please, again, leave a 5-star rating. If you're on one of the rateable platforms, please do share and tell people who listen to movie podcasts about it. Would be appreciated. But how does it actually work? AJ and I each get assigned a topic. We go our separate ways and we come right back here into our recording and deliver to you, the Silver Screen dudes, our individual top 10s. And we rotate each week about who goes first. Because this week, I will go first, delivering my bottom 3. AJ will then deliver his bottom 3. I will deliver my next 2. AJ will deliver his next 2. And then we will trade one apiece. If at any time, while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists, one person has a movie in the higher position, that person will say...
Punt.
And we will punt and talk about that movie when we get to the higher position. Once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will create, as the name of the show implies, the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential, diverse, must-see, or must hope they're good to see, movies of the genre, which this week is...
Most anticipated movies of the summer 2021.
And I actually had fun with this, so I think this should be a recurring thing that we do in each season.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I think, you can touch those areas. I mean, summer blockbusters are a big one. And yeah, it's just one of those that we just get a chance to, talk about films that we're looking forward to. Like, why not? It makes perfect sense. I will put it out there before we go any further. Due to the fact that there are some films that I haven't seen as yet, and they are summer releases, they are on the list, even though they are out.
Bro, it's very good you mentioned that, because my list, had we done this when we were going to, which was going to be the Monday after my wedding, my list would be quite different to what it is now.
Fair play.
Because, okay, I was meant to see 3 movies last week. I only ended up seeing 2.
Okay.
Oh, do I say the names? Do I not? Anyway, just in case, I think one of them might be on your list. I don't know. Anyway,
well, let's just see. If they come up, they come up. If not, you can give a brief synopsis after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in at number 10 is a franchise which, yeah, it's stupid, but as a lot of summer blockbuster movies are, but it's a franchise I've always kind of had fun with. In at number 10, I'm going to go The Forever Purge.
Okay.
Now,
I
go. Like it when a franchise acknowledges that it's been doing the same thing for too long and makes a brave attempt to reinvent itself, but without alienating its existing audience. It's a very hard trick to pull off. For most part, it usually misses. Let's just be real.
It's real. It's real.
The first Purge was a very, very almost intimate movie. You know, it was all, the theme of Purge.
Sorry. Are we talking the first Purge movie or the film, The First Purge? Because those are 2 separate things, right?
The first Purge movie. You are correct.
Okay.
For pointing that. Yeah, the first Purge movie is a very intimate movie. And they kind of escalated it from there, as often happens with these things. But the premise is really simple. We are living in a very, very, very near future. And people have the government of this said near future has realized that people are essentially murdering, raping antichrists. And for one day, every single year, all crime is legal. And then the moment that 24 hours ends, life gets back to normal. So it's basically society giving itself a hard reset.
It's a chance to just go nuts one day. One day.
But also think about the social implications. Dig a bit deeper here. It would make you think about who you piss off in your local community.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. You dropped the M-bomb on me. See you on the 24th of August, motherfucker. I know where you live. But that was the thing that was cool about the Purge. There are all of these implications about, can society rule itself with hard resets? There were some really interesting societal themes going on with the Purge. The very first movie, very contained. It all happens within one house. The second movie, enter Tom Grillo. Is it Tom Grillo? Why am I thinking his name? Tom Grillo. Crossbone from Civil War. Frank Grillo. Sorry, not Tom Grillo. Frank Grillo. Enter Frank Grillo, and basically the thing gets escalated. We're now not in a fucking house. We're in a city. And the movies did get progressively more and more and more silly. And they lost me more and more and more as they went by. I don't even think I saw The First Purge title, The First Purge. But I saw the trailers for this. I was like, oh, you're hitting a reset button on an existing IP. I'm curious. Because the premise of this one is essentially a group of people decide to not play by the rules when the Purge ends.
Interesting.
So it's like, the idea of the Purge is that anyone can be a murderer, obviously. You know, the Joker movie dealt with this. You know, it only takes one bad day to push someone over the edge. And in a COVID time, I'm sure that's been true for a lot of people. I'm blessed. I've been in my little studio here and very remotely moved. So in the world of the Purge, I win. I'm safe.
Yeah.
But no, people can break, obviously. But what the Purge movies have always done is it doesn't just show people who are broken. It shows people who are voluntarily bringing out their deepest, darkest, most morbid side. You know, and almost like washing the poison out of them until the next year resets. The Forever Purge is interesting because it's like, oh, these aren't people who are just murdering. They're murdering on a purge type of scale. So it's like, we're going to keep all of our crazy antics of a very high morbidity level, and we're just not going to agree with the reset. It's like, okay. I mean, it's a very simple premise, and it's a very
It is.
I'm curious.
I saw the very first Purge movie when I say that, and I enjoyed. I was like, an interesting concept. They kind of lost me by number 2. I was like, oh God, are you really going that way? And that's where I've kind of disconnected.
Right.
So I you know, when I like right now, the MCU is being ticked off, right? For the second time. I'm at that point of I want to tick off all these franchises for the hype. I need like if you've done 6 films, 5 films, there's something in you. You're a franchise for a reason. Maybe I would judge you too wrong. I was too strong on my judgment. let's revisit. Sometimes you're perfectly right. Like, I don't want to see Zoolander as second, let alone third, if they ever do create it. But, you know, hey.
Fast and Furious 9 is going to be on your list.
We will talk about that a bit later on. We will talk about that a bit later on. Right. So I'm interested in the Purge, but it's not one of those because it's not there yet. For the Forever Purge will take forever for me to get to, because once I tick off the other franchises, then I'll kick off on the Purge, and that's where it's at. But I get it. It's not the worst of films because I enjoyed the first, but
there's something fun in the Purge. And ultimately, look, am I looking for all of my list of 10 here to be like Oscar bait season and move me to my core and make me think and give me all the feels? No. I want to be a big fat boy and drink a much too large bottle of Coca-Cola and shove fucking popcorn in my face.
That's what it's about, though. That's what it's all about.
Unless you're going unless you're going toffee popcorn.
Bro, have you done salt and sweet?
Yeah, I don't dig it.
Oh, that's one new thing. Because I used to avoid salt. I used to prefer sweet. Now salt and sweet is my thing.
Salted caramel, me boy, like, you know.
Okay, what's your number 9, sir?
My number 9, okay, so it's a franchise which kind of lost us a bit in number 2, but because 1 was so good, I'm going to give them another chance here. In at number 9, The King's Man.
So, can I stop you on that? Can you put that poster back up again? I know this is unfair for anyone listening to Pod.
Sure.
The bottom line.
In cinemas
soon. Is it actually a summer blockbuster over here? Is it? So, are we getting a
disclaimer, because another movie I come up later has something written on the poster, which would imply that it is absolutely not a summer movie. All of my movies I have cross-referenced with cinema listings, not poster advertising.
Okay, yeah. No, when I say that,
Cineworld app, every single one of these movies is coming out June, July, or August. I haven't even gone September. That's according to Cineworld. Things may change. This video / podcast may age terribly.
Bro, let's be honest. And I'm not knocking it. I am not knocking it because I am still a Cineworld guy above everything else. They were still advertising Gambit when Gambit was long cancelled. We can only work with the parameters that we did. I Googled everything and I was like, UK release. So excuse us if the dates are slightly off. Please don't go attacking your Cineworld or your Odeons or anyone else and being like, but the silver screen dude said it's coming this summer. Like, don't shoot us. We're just going by what we've understood. That's the only way I can put it out.
British of you taking the don't shoot the messenger route.
It's only fair. It's only fair. It's just what we're looking forward to.
I love it when a server fucking serves you in a restaurant. It's like, oh, but the chef said this. You're the server. Take the hit. That's what they pay you for. I'm still going to tip you at the end, but don't play the messenger role with me. I've been a server too. Fucking don't. Anyway.
One thing I do is put my hands up to my shit. But I'm just more than anything, I'm covering your back, or I'm just questioning mine. Either way,
but it's a fair point you raised, because as you said, it does say coming soon, and my number 3 movie. Well, spoil it now. I'm not going to say what the movie is, but my number 3 movie says releasing in November.
Yeah, of course. Listen, as we said at the top,
you look on the Cineworld app and it says 23rd of July.
Bro, everything's been shuffled, so we're going off of what we understand. Yeah, we're going off of what we understand. So that's the only, because that is a film on my list. I just didn't know it was this summer. That's more my thing. But
according to Cineworld, we can look forward to it this month.
Cool.
I'll be the first to say I think the second one was a swing and a miss. But I had such fun with the first one, and I think it almost it's always dangerous when you enter trilogy territory, isn't it? Because as was explained in Scary Movie 2, and as was always shown in Die Hard 1 into Die Hard 3, with the trilogy, you have to always go back to the beginning. And they've taken that very literally here, because we're going back to World War One.
Yeah. It's not even the Kingsman, it's the King's Man.
That's where it comes from. But listen, even in 2, which really, as I said, swing and a miss, it still had moments I enjoyed, you know? It's a very unique, inventive movie, and I do have a lot of fun with it. And I'm, they're 1 for 2 at the moment. I'm hoping they become 2 out of 3 instead of 1 out of 3.
I have a soft spot for the Kingsman because it reminds me a lot of a book that I read it's more of a teenager's book, but I read it in my 20s, and coincidentally, it's part of a collection, and I've ordered it for my birthday. It should be coming tomorrow, actually. And it's the Cherub book series, and it's the same sort of thing. It's someone who's not meant to be a spy, but uses their skill and their wit. And, it's something that's ingrained in them that makes them who they are, and it's thinking outside of the box from that conformity that makes them who they are. And that, hint of Men in Black in it as well. I saw a lot of comparisons in those, and
for sure.
I've always liked it. I've really liked what the Kingsman has done. And as you said, number 2 is like they tried to make it international, and these are how the other groups work together. And so I get it, but it didn't have the novelty of number 1. It's interesting. I've never been disappointed at the sight of the King's Man. So with that, I agree with you. It's something you can only but remain hopeful that the franchise can go somewhere. How it will go, we don't know, but it would be interesting to see. Sometimes when you go too far back, it can be a bit dangerous because it's like, okay. You find yourself in the X-Men territory.
Of course. Fear of the trilogy, my friend. It's either you get it right or you don't. But
this is it. Yeah.
Right. In at number 8, this was always going to make my list, and I'm a hypocrite, but I'm also an honest hypocrite with this, because in at number 8, Great White.
Is that the one I sent you with the trailer?
Yes, of course it is.
I can't even remember. I just saw Sharks and sent it to you. But yes, of course, this
exactly
is you all over.
Exactly what you've just said. You just saw Sharks and sent it to me. Now, I'm the diver in the group, obviously. Have been diving since I'm 9 years old. If it's your first time, if you've listened before, you've heard this rant. But I've loved Sharks since I can remember. I was reading Jacques Cousteau before I was reading Marvel comics. That's a fact. I've been diving with sharks my whole life, never been nipped, and I've dived with all the bad ones. I recognize that Jaws is the most destructive thing that has ever fucking happened to our oceans. Not fishing, Jaws. Because that movie, it's true. It is true.
You know what came into my head? And it's like, how dare you? But hey, for those of you listening and not watching, this is the black guy saying it. I was like, it's birth of the ocean for sharks. Birth of a nation for sharks.
Yeah, it is.
But
it's a nation for sharks. That is exactly what it is. The sharks have been vilified here. If they weren't sharks, they'd be brothers in the chain gang. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, people are... you heard it at my fucking wedding.
I was surrounded with enough people.
Every single one of them was, I'm afraid of sharks. Why? Oh, I don't know. Do you think they'll eat you? No. I know they won't eat me, but I'm afraid. Why? People can't break it down. It is a natural, ingrained, passed upon from generation to generation, ingrained fear of sharks. The same way as we have ingrained social racism, we have ingrained social shark phobia. Like, it's just real. People do not fuck with sharks. I'd even argue that people are more afraid of fucking sharks than they are of crocodiles, which is some dumb fuckery for sure. But I wouldn't put that past people.
It's not out of the question though, because let's be honest, crocodiles were just like mucked about with in Crocodile Dundee, whereas on a grand scale, sharks have always been mucked about with, seen as the grand villain. Let's be honest, and this is something else that you've put out there. We're trained to love flipper, and dolphins are ever so loving, but you've also told me they can be quite nasty little creatures when they want to be.
And I'm not talking about the trained fuckers in SeaWorld. By the way, you shouldn't support SeaWorld if you still do. I'm talking about the wild ones. Twitchy,
I didn't know SeaWorld was still a thing.
Any fucking aqua park which keeps...
No. When I say that, I meant aqua parks like that. I thought they were...
Well, you saw what Leon sent in the group a few days ago, bless him. Him fucking petting a dolphin. I was like, I gave him the double-edged sword. I was like, I respect the fact that you love animals that much. I hate the fact that you did it in that capacity.
Yeah.
And he actually took it well, to his credit. Jaws is birth of a nation for sharks. I honestly couldn't have put it better myself. Fucking well played. 10 out of 10. Have a cookie for that one, sir. That was good. But I also recognize that Jaws is a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
As well as being terrible for shark safety. And I don't mean safety for us. I mean safety for them. Like, not being killed and not being feared. God damn it, it's a good movie. And I'm a sucker for a shark movie. Do I think that this is going to create more fear of sharks? Of course it is, because people are fucking irrational and misinformed. See, notice I didn't say stupid. Irrational and misinformed, right? But for someone who is informed and who's been diving with these things, I'm going to look at this and go, well, that's a world of fun.
Do you know the funny thing about this though? Like, put it this way, when we done a film not too long ago, I think it was the ones who didn't meet budget. We both put The Shallows down. Yeah. Now, The Shallows is an awesome movie, and I'm not casting any judgment on Great White by any means, right? But can any shark movie ever catch the attention that Jaws did?
No.
And this is the funny thing.
Impossible.
You know, it's one of those things that it's like we're going to take it, we're going to watch it, but it's like you instantly know. It's like a Terminator movie. You instantly know the blueprint. It's sad because it should be given more of a chance.
But here's the difference, right? How many times have we said that Jaws is lightning in a bottle? Not because it was a great piece of movie making, because it was the almighty best mistake that Steven Spielberg ever made.
Yeah.
The only thing that made Jaws as scary as it was is because you fucking have that shot, because of that fucking shark vision, and John Williams' legendary E flat G minor. You're seeing things, the world through the eye of a shark, accompanied to. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
The moment you saw the shark, the movie was still unsettling, but it was never as scary. Yeah. And every single shark movie in the modern age following Jaws, whether they're good, great, bad, and there have been some really fun shark movies, you always see the shark. It's not some fucking fear off in the distance through the prism of view of the shark and its world. It's like, no, there's the great white. In the first 10 minutes, it's munching someone. Shit, man, they even showed the shark in the trailer. Watch the original trailer for Jaws. You didn't see the shark. It was a sea monster. It was something lurking beneath the black surface of the water. It was that unknown world which we didn't know anything about, or most people didn't know anything about. That fear of the unknown. That's where Jaws was such a success. This is like, no, we know what it is. Shark. Here, look. Here you go. Look, here, look at the poster. Hey, look, there's a shark. Hey, it's a shark.
It's the point.
And look at all the recent movies, the good shark movies, The Shallows. See the shark? The thing about what made The Shallows so good is that it was that, fight for survival, that mankind thing that says, I will not die today, right? Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio on the beach. 47 meters down, exactly the same concept. That was a really fun shark movie. Shit, even go back a bit to Deep Blue Sea. Stupid as hell. All sorts of fun, though. But never scary, because you see the shark.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not possible for any shark movie to capture what Jaws did. Because no cinema will ever fucking be that much of a copycat. Because there's no in between here. It's either you show the shark or you don't. And if you don't, everyone's going, Jaws.
Yeah. No, fair play.
And that's the reason why if we ever did a top 10 on movies that should never be remade, Jaws is number one.
Yeah.
Because you just have to look at the recent history of shark movies, which I've just said I enjoy. They're not going to do shark vision. They're going to show you fucking CGI shark from the first fucking shot. It's not Jaws. She can't be done.
Fair play, bro. Fair play.
Over to you.
Right. Okay. In at number 10, I'll be honest, I just saw the trailer today because I saw the poster for this first. And I was like, this is interesting. The Tomorrow War. Now, this is interesting. This is Chris Pratt's latest film, and it's actually available on Amazon Prime. Now, what really first threw me with this film was I saw it, I looked, and the buses whizzed by. I was like, it says Chris Pratt, but I'm sure I saw Tom Cruise. Like,
what's it, Edge of Tomorrow vibe, doesn't it?
Bro, I saw Edge of Tomorrow. I thought it was Edge of Tomorrow Part 2. I even pulled out the phone and started doing my research. Like, is this Edge of Tomorrow Part 2? Like, it doesn't seem like it is, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm just getting a mad sci-fi, aliens invading, shoot them up, have some fun with it.
Yeah, do you know why this didn't make the list? Because visually it looked interesting. We both love Chris Pratt. There was a line that I can't remember if it was the narrator or Chris Pratt who said it, but there's a line in the trailer that went, I need to save my daughter in order to save the world, or in order to save the world, I need to save my daughter. Something along that vein. And I was like, ugh.
Oh,
and you know what? Do you know what reason I did that? I was like, oh, I've seen this all before. I've seen this all before.
You can read the ending on that one, can't you?
You really can. And it's like,
I wish you didn't say that. I think I missed that. Ugh.
That's why it didn't make the list. It's like, oh, fuck me. It's going to be a cookie cutter sci-fi movie. Highly entertaining, no doubt, but redefining the meaning of turn your brain off. It's like, bro, with the amount of movies you and me watch, we have seen this all before. There is nothing new here.
For anyone wondering where we're going, I can see an Armageddon type ending.
Oh, bro, big time. Big time.
There we go.
Pick the fucking sci-fi for shit Independence Day.
Mm. Of course. That's what I saw. You know, it was Independence Day meets Edge of Tomorrow, and I was like, this looks like it could be fun. And you know what?
Yeah.
I could press play at any given time. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Press play at any time. Don't even have to worry about restrictions. It's there. Pop down to Waitrose, pick up the popcorn. I can watch it tonight. I can even watch it while I'm talking to you now. I wouldn't be so rude, but yeah, it's there. So that was interesting. And another concept behind that is, you know, the world that we're in now, especially because of all that's gone on. You know, these films that you wouldn't dream of even thinking that would have been an Amazon release straight away, and here we are. That it's there. I haven't read the reviews to find out how good or bad it is, but yeah. I just thought that a nice little sci-fi, and who doesn't love a sci-fi summer movie with a bunch of aliens and invasions? Yeah. It's a good laugh.
Hell yeah.
This one, I'll be honest, in at number 9, you brought up to me, and I was like, yeah, you reminded me of it, and it was an interest to both of us, but it had a lack of promotion as far as we're concerned. Pixar's Luca.
Yeah, out now.
Yeah, out now. Again, it's out now. Did I hold back because I knew we were doing this podcast? Possibly. But no, more than anything, bro, as you know, we're going through a list, but there is a magic of Pixar, and you summed it up beautifully. It looks like the Italian version of Coco. It has this magic of Pixar that you're giving me mythology of another country that we don't touch on as much. Yes, we do the Roman Empire, but we don't know what else Italy touches on. Coco opened my eyes to the way Latin America celebrates, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
Specifically Mexico.
Yeah. I don't know how far, but yeah, Mexico's side of celebration of the passing and what it means when you pass in Mexico. This now is something that's different. I don't know if it is part of the Italian mythology, but you've given me a nice little island. It's something different. And there's this mythology, and it's not just mermaids. It's this interesting sea creature that piqued an interest that made me go, this looks interesting.
Yeah,
you know,
really does.
I'll be honest. When it comes to me and blockbuster, when it comes to summer movies, I'm a grown kid. So like this was it ticks on the box.
Yes. I really hope, bro, that you and me never lose that, because you know I speak to my dad, who is a very, very well read, very well educated man, you know, and he you know, obviously every boy with a healthy relationship praises their dad. It goes without saying, but you know his opinion matters to me. But it's when he says shit like, "Oh, those stupid Marvel movies," I'm like, bro. Get on or get off. Just keep your comments to yourself. Like,
you know what's funny?
He's like, oh, they're not relevant. I'm like, highest grossing film of all time, Academy Award nominated for best films, the franchise which empowered women and minorities. Come on, man. Like, you're not relevant to not be on board with this.
Do you know one thing I think I've always been grateful for from my dad? Now, when you do bring that in, is that he was the one. He's give or take with a Marvel movie. He loves film, so he'll do it.
Yeah.
But he was down to
watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad hasn't even fucking seen Avengers.
Oh, stop it. My dad's done it all. He's done anything.
He said he stopped at Captain America, which I get because that movie sucked, but he won't watch any more of them. And I'm like, dude, you saying that they suck. I know you love to be a hipster and be like, yeah, you know, it's like I'm right and the world's wrong. I mean, I get a bit of that myself. I'm sure you can see why.
You really?
Fucking chip off the old block there. But to say these movies aren't relevant is it's missing the point so fucking hard. So hard. Yeah, are they formulaic by nature? Yes, of course. But to say they're not relevant is like, wow.
It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. You know, my dad has been the Trekkie from his childhood. And I remember, like, I was a teen and my dad was down to watch Samurai Jack. My dad was down with Johnny Bravo.
Something I've still never seen, by the way.
What's that? I've
never watched Samurai Jack.
It's funny because you've lived far east. So I don't know if you'd be like, this is a waste of my time. What am I watching? But to my perspective, it was crazy madness, you know, with a samurai.
And
I've had fun with Samurai Jack.
It's Gendy Tartakovsky, isn't it? The guy who
Yeah. It's all of that. It's all the same family. Yeah. I mean, there was one, you'll see it. It's an episode, but even up to this day, my dad will still quote it. Like, you'll see someone flying or something. Yeah. But in this episode, like, Jack needs to learn to fly, but it's not fly. He needs to learn how to jump to, you know, a giant bound, a leap, as it were, in the early days of Superman. And someone went, "Oh my God, you can fly!" No, jump good. And like that's the thing that we can still quote now. Like you'll see someone do something, they'll be like, "That guy, jump good." Like this is the fun you get, and these are the bits that I never want to lose. As you said, you just don't want to lose that. Why would you want to lose that? And you know, I also believe,
old, and I hope we never lose our love for this big IP stuff,
bro. This is, you know, one of the things what my sister loved about me refusing to grow up was that, and it allowed me to have that connection with Zany. Like you've been there, that connection that we all build. It's like, oh, there's a Bumblebee movie. Oh, Ant will take him. Damn right, I will. Damn right, I will. Like it's an unwritten code that these films come out and we go to see them. So
yes,
yeah. No, and Luca's a new one for me.
Stop looking for the but it doesn't speak to me on a metaphorical level. Fuck off. Have some fun. Eat some popcorn.
To me, it can touch you. A film cannot resonate with you. I'm down with that. However, you need a ground-based reason. Like there are certain cartoons I don't think that one's for me. If it looks like an awesome cartoon, embrace it as an awesome cartoon. And Luca looks like one.
Bro, I agree. I'm dying to see Luca.
It's not even on Premiere, is it? It's like it's not instant access. It's just, and that is sad because I think it could have been big. And I'm hoping when I watch it, I'm going to actually really enjoy it.
It's got fucking Jacob Tremblay voicing the main character too. Like this is not a small cast. This is the hottest property child actor in Hollywood at the moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's my number 9. It looks fun. And here we go. Here's another one that tickles my interest. I have a feeling it's going to be shit, but here we go. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is the free guy.
It nearly made number 10. It nearly made number 10.
Do you know, it was my number 10, and I'll tell you why it didn't become number 10, because the others were lower, or higher, should I say, and then I was like, but you've got instant access to these. This has to be released, and that's what swapped it around. I have to wait for this one, and it piqued an interest. Now, I've joked about, and this is why it really became something to me. One, we've all seen Wreck-It Ralph, and it's basically Wreck-It Ralph meets The Truman Show. Like, let's not be stupid on this.
Wreck-It Ralph meets Pixels.
Come again?
It looks like Wreck-It Ralph meets Pixels.
Well, there you go. Even that. Now, what made it interesting is I remember joking with Zane and one of his friends when we was playing GTA 5. We were doing a heist, and there was a non-playable character who's like a security guard. He stands by a vault, and he gets knocked out each time. And I was like, could you imagine if you were to take it in a Wreck-It Ralph type position? This non-playable character, like his life, when the game is turned off, going, got punched in the face again today. This is ridiculous. Now, I just thought, life of a non-playable character. Like, I joked about it there, not knowing that the free guy's coming out, and they'll be like, that's exactly what my joke was about. Like, a non-playable character getting a bit of life. I believe it's going to be a cheese fest. I believe there's a part of Ryan Reynolds that I really like. There's a part of me that likes Ryan Reynolds likes himself way more than any of us ever could. Which, you know, sometimes like I don't
get that vibe from him.
Bro, sometimes I just feel like he knows he's a good-looking lad who's funny. Like he knows who he is, kind of thing. That's what I sometimes oozes. But I always have a laugh with him, you know. And I'm like,
his comedic timing, it really is second to none. Like.
I'm hoping this is the case. This is the case. I'm hoping this is what's going to happen with this film. Does it make sense?
Be great in it. It has Taika Waititi, but it's the film itself I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the cast.
It's going to be mad. Like a non-playable character who realizes who he is. It's like, oh, okay. It doesn't make sense, but it will. Like I'm down for the stupid fun. I'm not expecting box office numbers on this.
No.
but I will have fun.
Movies and gaming.
There you go. There's not much more you could do. And it's played by Deadpool.
This Thursday, I'm going to see if I can talk Mr. AJ into this. The Silver Screen dudes may do their first duo live stream.
That would be interesting, but this Thursday...
WWE.
Bro, that would be so interesting, but Mr. AJ's nowhere near his PS4 or 5 at the moment.
Why is that?
I'm on the other side of London.
You suck.
If you're telling me next week, I'm down. I'm fully available.
Tell you what. I'll do a live stream of something else this Thursday, and we can live stream together next week.
I'm down. Let's do this.
I'm gonna butter slap you on YouTube.
You do realize what you just said, right?
Butter slap you, yeah, man.
You're gonna smack my ass, like yeah, not laying a smack down. You could have
Body slap you with Brizango.
Hold on, are we talking Battleground?
Yeah.
I should have known where this was going. All right, cool. Like,
It's
whatever.
free.
I know.
You stream with me for an hour and a half and then decide if you like it or not.
That's fine.
I bet you fucking get a kick out of it. I bet you anything it's better than that god-awful 2K game.
2K20 was actually quite fun.
The most recent one.
2K20. I actually had a bit of fun with it.
It was buggy as fuck.
Bro, do you know what? I swear to you, I've done the whole season. I've done the entire season of that, the whole my career. Yeah? It was me playing against my cousin, right? In a Hell in a Cell match. That was the only time I came across a bug. I'm not saying they fixed it. I'm not telling anyone to go out and buy that game. I was spinning on the top of the cell for 3 minutes.
The rope movement, the facial animations, it looks awful.
The facial animation was weak as fuck. I wouldn't ever deny that. That was terrible. But in terms of the glitches, I had one glitch. And it was quite a fun storyline. I actually had a fun storyline.
Shut Your Mouth is still the best.
Followed by No Mercy. Ooh, No Mercy followed by Shut Your Mouth. Hold on, Here Comes the Pain.
Sorry, Here Comes the Pain. I was going to say, Here Comes the Pain.
Here Comes the Pain. Here Comes the Pain and No Mercy are the pinnacle, and then anything else can be discussed after.
Agreed. Anyway, back to movies.
Yeah.
Fuck me, for a short episode, already at 50 minutes. Well done, us.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Let's speed up a little bit. My number 7. Okay, my man AJ doesn't do horror, but he loves his vampires. Your man here and all his Nicoholics like one thing more than they like vampires: werewolves.
Nothing beats fanging and banging. But go.
Werewolves Within. I am
I don't know if I saw a trailer for this.
Huh?
It looks interesting.
Oh, you've seen the trailers for it, yeah?
I'm not sure if I have. I don't think I have.
Bro, it looks... How do I put this? You know how Kick-Ass had that kind of teen comedy element mixed in with hyper-violence?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it's got the hyper-violence that you would expect in a werewolf movie, mixed with some sort of weird, almost Taika Waititi-esque take on the small town white picket fence vibe, mixed with a whodunit movie. Taika Waititi's nowhere near this, by the way, so don't expect to see that level of comedy. But I'm getting this kind of
while we're on that,
yeah,
I have seen the werewolf episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
And?
Do you know
the part I love? Do you know the part I love always is when they caught him in the trap and they bring him inside and he's like, oh, and Nando's like, he's going to take a shit. It's so good.
Yeah, crazy stupidness, but it's fun. It's fun.
It's so fucking good, this show. It's like, when they all step up and this giant fucking beast of a wolf is like, I will be the guy. What the? I have to fight him. I love that show so fucking much. I can't tell you. And you need to keep watching because season 2 just gets even better.
Bro, do you know what it is? I've done my other bits. I'm doing MCU. That is another one that's on the list of I will be doing. And they're short. They're short and sweet.
They're short. It's 6 episodes or 8 episodes, and they're 20 minutes each.
Yeah. No,
Smash it out.
It shall be
Werewolves Within. I love me a werewolf movie. And this is a whodunit werewolf movie. So it's basically a group of people trapped in this town during a blizzard. Who's the werewolf? So it's almost like kind of like a werewolf meets The Thing, but with comedy.
I like that.
It looks mental.
I like that. Is this the only like horror that you've got on your list of that nature?
No, of the comedy nature, yes.
Okay, there's another one that kind of caught my eye, but I completely forgotten that. So as you've mentioned this, it kicked me. Is it called Fright? That looked kind of fun. Freak.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything other than the posters for this. I don't know anything about
I saw a trailer and I was like, could be fun. It looks like it could be fun. But yeah, no, that's yeah, you got me with that one actually. Yeah, who done it werewolf movie? Or who is the werewolf movie?
Yeah, just awesome. I love
it.
it.
Where can you go wrong?
Sucker for werewolves. Like I love werewolf movies when they're done right. We need more werewolf movies in the world. We really do. So many zombies and vampires. Like we do not get enough great werewolf movies.
You could be right there. I've never had a problem with werewolves. Zombies, yes, but no. Werewolves I've been cool with.
We might have to do the top 10 zombie movies this coming Halloween, you know?
Oh, fuck you. All right.
We did your vampires last year.
I know. Did we not do zombies already?
Mm-mm.
We done something. Okay, fair enough. We'll see.
In number 6, you know what we should have done? We should have done it for fucking that new Zack Schneider abomination. That,
No.
oh,
The Hell in a Cell match.
of the Dead thing. Oh god, that sucked.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
They
god,
ruined the pay-per-view for me, so they have to redeem themselves on that first.
My number 6, I'm going to go back underwater for this one, and I'm going to bring in something which is going to trigger one's brain a bit, because I'm going to bring in a documentary. Yes, a summer documentary. Who would have thought? And it's a summer documentary about the underwater world. I'm talking The Loneliest Whale, the story of Hertz 52. Now, what is The Loneliest Whale, the story of Hertz 52? So we all know that the largest animal that's ever lived in the ocean is the blue whale.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the largest animal that's ever lived on the planet. Forget just the ocean. There's never been anything bigger than the blue whale, which is mental. But a few years ago, they picked up... So whales, you know when they sing, they have a certain decibel and hertz range, and there's a certain peak they can't go above. And they found this song that was unmistakable to be a whale song. I think whales can max off at 48 hertz. I may be wrong about that, though. But they found this signal. And normally when you hear a whale singing, something bounces back. So one sings, then there's a response, because that's how they communicate, essentially. When you hear it for real, mate, it's fucking magical. But they found a whale song at 52 hertz. Which not only implies that this thing is of some scale we have never seen before. Whales always emit decibels and hertz at the same level. That's how they form their little chorales with each other. No response. And so the theory is that there's this one whale that's bigger than anything that's ever been found. And it's spent its whole life in isolation. Now, remember, these things aren't just sea monsters. These are mammals. Like mammals, just like, we're mammals, us humans, right? Mm-hmm. Mammals, just think of us as humans. Think of the fucking chimps. Think of dolphins, right? Mammals, not animals. Mammals are social creatures. This thing, by the sounds of it, has spent its entire life in isolation.
Like a distress call, essentially.
Yeah. So a group of scientists, the story is very simple in its premise, but the hook is, are they going to find this fucking whale of epic proportions? My guess is probably not, or it would have made the news, right? But I'm going to be fascinated, first off, to hear this unique whale sing and to hear more about the story of the possibility of this whale existing and the trip that this group of people go on to try and find this whale. Like, it's going to be an awesome real-life adventure. And that I'm looking forward to like a motherfucker.
That's really interesting, actually. That is something that's peaked. Had I just read the title, I don't think I would have ever stopped to pay attention. Yeah. Hearing what you're telling me, very interested. Very cool, right? Yeah.
So
that was your number
6. So
okay, right. 7. In at number 7, bro, I didn't even know this was coming. I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise, but Henry Golden's doing his part in it. Snake Eyes from the world of G.I. Joe.
Yeah, no, but G.I. Joe's never been for me, mate. So this is always.
It's never been an interesting one, but I've been aware of it. I'm not going to play the biggest mark, but if there was one character I'm familiar with, I suppose it's like anyone who's not heard of the X-Men. No, Wolverine. Anything to do with G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes has always been that kind of character. And I think Henry Golden at the mantle, that could be something really interesting. That kind of peak.
I'm very happy.
It's for that. So,
more roles.
Nothing. I didn't even watch G.I. Joe 2, to be honest with you. I saw the first one. I was like, okay, fair enough. It just felt like a cheap knockoff action movie, of Transformers. It's in that thing. And there was meant to be that time when Transformers and G.I. Joe were meant to cross or what have you.
Yeah, it crossed over in the cartoon in the 80s. Move on. It was a long
time. This is it. But they were going to do it in the film world as well.
It's not going to work now.
Yeah, so I was like, well, let's see what happens. But it didn't happen. And, I knew the world was building. And again, as I said, each of these franchises have that stick out character. And Snake Eyes is that one from the G.I. Joe world. And I was like, this could be interesting. And it's action-packed fun with a great actor behind it, I was like, hey, why not? It could be worth something for this summer to look out for. By all means.
Do you know what? I'll wait for your comeback on that one because I have a feeling that you're going to see it a long time before me.
Possibly. Probably along with this next film, which is just, I've heard about it for so long, I was like, you know what, I might as well see it. This is what's coming up. I'm talking good old Dwayne and Emily Blunt, Jungle Cruise.
No.
A remake of it, I actually think, sometimes I get really scared of remakes. This one is one I think they might actually have a lot of fun with. I don't think it's going to honor the original in any way. I think most people will be like, this is a sin and an abomination. But there are two actors that I have a lot of fun with, and I think they will create a bit of magic that's something for a generation to embrace. And I've heard about this film for the longest while that I was like, let's see. You don't seem sold.
No.
Nothing did it at all.
Yeah. Bro. Oh.
Do you know what
I love all the cast in it, but the trailers, I looked at them, I was like, you look like Anaconda without the snake.
Do you know my thing is, again, this goes back to me and the refusing to grow up, right? That gives me my vibe of those family adventure films that I would always go to watch growing up. And that's what resonates a lot. I'm like, I don't know, when I picture summer blockbusters, you can have the ones that are big and they're huge and everything, but then there's family movies that is what I used to do. And that, more than anything, tips the scale. I'm like, it's just going to be a little senseless fun. It's sad because there's a part of me that's like, he's probably too old for this. He's not even interested in this. But it's like, I'm like, I will see it. But I know I might be on an island for that one. There is no, I'm taking the kid to have a laugh with him. But there is that vibe.
He's out of love with movies, hasn't he?
No. I wouldn't say he's fallen out of love with it, but that one I don't think will pique an interest. Whereas I think had Luca been about, he would have been up for that one. He would have been more Luca than then I don't know who's really up for Jungle Cruise, if I'm honest. But
I don't know who the target demographic is for this.
It has to be a family adventure, bro. It has to be 8 to 10, the 8 and unders. It has to be.
Okay.
I don't expect the world from it.
Because I like Emily Blunt. I love The Rock, obviously. I love them both. Like Paul Giamatti was in this, but I was like, it looks like such a fucking copy and paste generic jungle adventure. Like, there's nothing in here that makes me go, oh, that's interesting. As I said, it's like, it looks like Anaconda without the snake. Which is
I'm hoping it brings out some fun. I'm hoping it can even be. It will probably be subpar to Jumanji, but I'm hoping to get some fun out of it.
Which Jumanji are we talking about?
No, the fucking Dwayne's Jumanji. Come on, bro! Don't disrespect Robin with that. That's the
Dwayne Jumanji's rated higher. Which
I was the one who brought it to our attention. Please, yeah. Okay, sir. Over to you. You're number 5.
You've done your 7 and 6, so get your finger ready on the punt button, my friend, because I know you're going to say this. In at number 5, I think it's too late, but Marvel's Black Widow.
Oh yeah, punt. Screw you. Yeah, go on. Okay, right. I was going to say next, but yeah, it's my turn. This I didn't know about, but what is my new favorite genre of movie?
Biopic.
Indeed. Now, if we're going to do that one, let's put some RESPECT on this, bro.
Shit! Jennifer Hudson's playing.
Thank you. Jennifer Hudson will be playing Aretha Franklin. Do I need we've all talked about that.
Would you like to bring that poster up again? What's it say at the bottom?
Let's not pay attention to that because that was definitely down as a summer release somewhere. I believe I can't remember where I was on. Don't do this.
No, I just want to verify this, and I'm going to get the one I have to defend ready in a moment.
God, it's just 8th of April. That's not summer, but that was where did I see that? I did see somewhere. God, it says January 21 here. I think I saw it on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I did see it somewhere. I think it was Rotten Tomatoes because there was one place that went through and I was like, what is this? And I can't promise where it lands in the UK, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, the idea of Jennifer Hudson, who we have said doesn't get, like Dreamgirls gets a bit of a rap from what we've learned, but she was an amazing voice. As we said, like we were talking Queen Bee Beyonce, and she had to step back because J Hud is in the building. Now, for her to be emanating the voice of Aretha Franklin, I was like, this is me all over. Like I've had fun with Bohemian Rhapsody. I still haven't seen Rocket Man. I nearly watched it the other day. This has to be next. This has to be next for me. Like it ticks all the boxes. Like we've had actors playing singers. We've got an actor who can sing playing this singer. Stop it. Take my money now. Yeah. So I'm hoping I need to find my listing that had that. Actually, you've kind of got me there, but I do believe.
I'm looking on Cineworld now. I've got Respect releasing on the 10th of September.
Just out.
Well, you could argue this and say that 10th of September is technically the warmest month of the year in the UK, so technically it's still summer.
I actually know some people that class September as summer. It's never been that way for me. But now, yeah, go through with yours, and I will find that date because I'm sure.
Cunts!
What?
These motherfuckers, the one I had in at number 3, they've changed the fucking date on it. I swear down, I should have. No, I have a screenshot. Yes.
Bro, let's just work with the dates that we saw in summer releases. We're not idiots. We wouldn't pick a winter release for a summer film. So yeah, that was my number 5. I will allow you to move on to number 4. We did preempt this. We don't have to prove ourselves. This is what we've understood it to be.
I have the screenshot for proof.
Go. Anyway, your number 4 before your number 3.
Yeah, my number 4, I think this could be one of the big surprises of the year because this film looks fantastic. And I bet you haven't heard of it because it hasn't had the best marketing campaign, or at least not on the big blockbuster budget summer level. Matt Damon, Stillwater.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I've only seen the poster.
Do you know what this is about?
No.
So Matt Damon's daughter gets arrested for murder in Marseille. Not a part of France you want to get arrested in.
No.
And it gave me a bit of a Prayer Before Dawn vibe in the way that he's going to have to go there. The help he's going to get by the locals is going to be non-existent. There's going to be that forceful language barrier. And the French, and I say this as a Frenchman, the French are notorious cunts when it comes to speaking English in their own country. Like they'll just flat out not do it. Mm-hmm. If I go there and I speak with this accent, au lieu que je parle comme ça en français, instead of I speak like this with a French accent and I speak in French, if I go full English like I am now,
complete different approach. I've seen it.
Fuck approach. There will be no approach. I'll be dismissed as I get out to leave now, you stupid British man, So I'm French, motherfucker. Assholes. May not sound like it, but no, the French are notorious for not, speaking English, and they are notorious for hating the Americans. So, that this father who's going to try and get his daughter out of prison is going to be met with the biggest form of conflict and confrontation with zero help. And I'm not looking for him to go full Jason Bourne here, but I am looking for him to basically have to do this completely by himself and try and deal with the system. And love to Marseille, but the police there are corrupt as fuck.
Marseille's always had a bit of a tough one for me because I'm sure it was Marseille. I'm sure it was Marseille. Do you remember Arnaud from the lycée?
Of course I remember Arnaud.
I'm sure he moved to Marseille and he had been like racially abused and beaten up over there and stuff like that. And I was like, from there, it's always stuck out as a place to me that I'm like, screw him. So
no, Marseille's one to avoid. It's fine in the summer for like a few weeks when it's summer, when all the tourists come in and they're like, okay, we need the tourist money. Rest of the year,
And sad thing is that the fucking French accent's named after that area of all places. But we won't even get into that.
It's a bit more complicated than that. That place.
Well, I know.
Anthem, to be fair, but
come again.
That place. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah.
Stillwater looks fantastic. Matt Damon playing, you know, a broken father trying to release his daughter from prison in a place where you really don't want to be imprisoned and where there is a massive language barrier. And
do you know what's funny about that?
Really,
do you know what's funny about that as well? Is that we can.
It's fantastic.
You know, it's a funny thing is that we can. You can joke about like when you take the stereotype of France, people don't vision that side of it. It's always like the place of love. So you know, normally these things are like somewhere like Mexico, Thailand. When you're talking about being imprisoned, you wouldn't actually picture that you could be in mainland Europe, Western Europe at that, and have to go through the nightmare that he's going to go through. So I think that would be quite an eye-opener.
Have you seen Midnight Express?
That's Turkey.
Fucking Europe.
Yeah, but as I said, mainland Western Europe, bro. Turkey is on that border where people know what's going on with Turkey. When you talk, you wouldn't expect that from Spain, Italy, Portugal. Let's just be real. When you play that picture, I don't think people would expect that side of France.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Marseille.
Okay, so this one in at number 4 for me, I do believe you've seen. Why is it not coming up? There we go. The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. Okay, was this that film that you were going to talk about earlier? That you wasn't sure if it was on my list?
Yes. This was one of the two I was going to talk about earlier.
Yeah. Well, I don't do horror, but I do The Conjuring. That is my whole preamble to it. I love the way they've built a universe. So this is on the list for me. Yeah, take it away. You've seen it, so like it's no point me guessing when you can actually.
I'm gonna undersell it to you, so hopefully you enjoy it.
Okay.
And by that statement, that sounds like I didn't enjoy it. I did. It takes a very, very, very different approach to the rest of the movies.
Okay.
So, The Conjuring has always been about not just possession, but it's been about really fucking memorable demons. Valak the Nun, I'm looking at you, you cunt, right?
That one does do it, man. Yeah.
That fucking nun. Shit, man, even Annabelle, the possessed doll, like the universe they have built in The Conjuring, as you've said, is permeated with really memorable demons. Even the Slender Man in The Conjuring 2 was a cool fucking. Sorry,
yeah. No,
movie. That was the Crooked Man. There was the Crooked Man. Yeah, the Crooked House. Yeah, it was the Crooked Man. Yeah, they're cool things. Now, this one takes a very, very different approach to things. The first 10-15 minutes is pure Conjuring. I was like, whoa, whoa, slow down. Fucking hey. Like, it's pure Conjuring. You start off with the possession, boom, you're in there. Do not look for this movie to be a court case like The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I maintain is a good film. The court case is 10 minutes, maybe. It's kind of a missell, not a misfire, a missell. Because I was looking for something like The Conjuring meets The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I was like, oh, this could be interesting. What they did was still interesting, but whereas The Conjuring 1 and The Conjuring 2 with Valak the Cunt Nun legitimately scare me, this one never scared me. And I think the reason for that, I kind of don't want to ruin it. Am I ruining it by saying this?
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there for fear of. It lacks the fear factor, but it's still a good film.
It lacks the fear factor because they've taken the emphasis off the demons.
I get that because it's a matter of if you were guilty, if you were truly possessed. Okay.
And it's the thing that there are demons in it, and the story revolving around this demon is really cool. Really cool. Like I can't remember the name of the demon in this one because it's not as memorable as Valak, but the demon here has got a really cool story behind him. But it's hardly in it. That's the issue. Like the whole focus is switched onto the humans instead of the demons.
Can I guess? And I suppose you wouldn't know yourself, but do you see a film based on this demon coming, or is it all covered with it? Is it all contained within this? Because they have played that, haven't they? Again, you take Annabelle, you take Valak, they've had that, then you get the Nun, then you get Annabelle. You know,
you definitely could. Because as I said, this demon does have an interesting story. Where the story ends is conclusive. Like this demon's
as has been the case with all. But yeah, I get
But as did Valak got wiped out at the end of the Conjuring 2, right?
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Nun was a prequel to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely scope to go. I would. Do you know what, AJ? That's a fucking good idea. This demon was interesting enough that I'd actually like them to go back and do a movie revolving around this demon. Because the demon wasn't featured enough, and I wanted more of it. I was like, no, this demon's a cool idea, but why are we focusing on this person instead of this demon? That's what annoyed me about it.
Okay.
But in terms of how it's made, does it ever go into the realm of cheese? No. The one thing that the Conjuring movies really do stick to, they are so well made. That's what I love about them. You can feel the quality, the high production value, the way that the scenes are lit, the way that the practical effects work. All of that is still there. But it's not this fucking creepy out scare fest that the first two were. It's intriguing is the word, but it's never scary.
Cool. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
But definitely worth a watch.
Oh no. You haven't swayed me. You haven't swayed me. I'm just interested. I'm still interested. Okay, sir. You're number 3.
Highway to the danger zone. Top Gun Maverick, man. Now this fucking poster says in theaters October 19th, 2021. And I've just looked on Cineworld when I was trolling you just now. And it fucking says on the Cineworld app, in theaters November 2021. I have proof here. Let me actually move my little webcam here. This is for the YouTube viewers. And I'm going to switch to my shitty FaceTime cam because it's less wide. Okay, bear with me. We're switching. Wow, it really is shit. But it's less wide. And here for you, I have, because my uncle is a massive Top Gun fan. And I said to him, oh my God, dude, Top Gun's out this month. He was like, what? It's out in November. And I said, nah, here, take a look. And I showed him this fucking screenshot. Pow. Release date.
23rd of the 7th, 2021. I see it.
23rd of the 7th, 2021. I done got dicked.
Feel free to switch your cam. Well, before you forget, and you're on the cam you don't want to be on. Bro, it happens. As we said, stuff are being shuffled all over the place. Hopefully 2022, when we talk about summer releases, we know what we're talking about. But 2020, 2021, summer's all over the place. So I get that.
At the time of making my list, Top Gun was supposed to be coming out this fucking month, and I was so excited by it.
Listen, I am. I mean, if you enjoyed Top Gun, there's no way you're not going to enjoy. Look out for number 2. It's one of those things that the 80s fromage is prevalent in Top Gun. So you're going to be like,
the 80s fromage.
Can it fit in 2021? But will I check it out? Hell yeah! It's not on my list because I didn't think it was summer. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that. But people really, there's one thing I think people don't rate Top Gun enough for is how fucking ahead of its time it was for some of its camera shots. Like this, if you look at Top Gun and think about it like this was a keyhole into GoPro.
Yeah.
This showed the technology that was going to become consumer technology one day. Because, the shots of, as the plane's taking off and they've got the cameras strapped to the wings and to the cockpit. This is all action cam footage. It's commonplace now. This thing came out in the 80s and they're doing fucking mini cam action cam shots. It was so ahead of its time as far as cinematography is concerned.
I hear you. It's got a lot. It's got a lot. And it's Top Gun. It's Top Gun.
I can't wait.
Yeah. No. I agree.
What's your number 3?
Right, so bear with me for a second. My number 3. This one, it had to hit the list. Wrath of the Man. Jason Statham and Guy Ritchie paired up again.
It's like the biggest pile of shit.
Bro, it's the body. What was he? The transporter again? You feel like it's the transporter in another way, but there's a magic that I believe that they've waited so long to pair back up. I'm hoping that they held out for a purpose. I'm not expecting Turkish Part 2. No way.
Understood now with Guy Ritchie that you have to go watch every second one of his movies that releases. 1 and 2 is good. And we've just done The Gentleman. So I feel like this is going to be the shit one. And then the next one he's doing. By the way, no one fucking responded to my message in the WhatsApp group the other day. You're all cunts, but anyway. OMG, have you seen the cast in Guy Ritchie's next movie?
Oh, I think I was in the middle of a film at the time. And that was yesterday. Calm down. I haven't responded to a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit needing to respond in.
Not like you were going to anyway.
Probably will. Who does?
Can you the cast? So it's got the next one's got Jason Statham as well, which you'll be very happy about. Hugh Grant again, yes, because that worked a treat in The Gentleman. And how's about this for a blast from the past from these two guys? Josh Hartnett is back.
Yes, that caught my eye.
Carrie Elwes. Fucking Carrie Elwes is back. Where the hell's that guy been?
Men in tights, mate. Men in tights.
Bro, fucking Carrie Elwes is back. I am pumped for that.
It should be fun. It should be fun. Like, and you know what? According to your logic, this one's going to bomb and the second one's going to win. Yeah. So yeah, let's look out for that. This is going to be
the King Arthur, and the next one's going to be the Gentleman.
Fair enough. I'm down with that. But I'm just hoping it's as I said, it's the transporter. It's that same kind of madness that Jason's kind of pigeonholed himself into at the moment. But Guy's at the helm, and I'm hoping that I've got some magic recreated from that. Yeah, so that was my number 3. Your number 2, sir.
Okay, so my top 2 are super easy. Super easy. Here's the other horror I've brought in. Say it. Candyman.
I'm gonna put a small confession out. I still want to see the original before I've seen this one.
Can I put a small confession out? I'm right there with you.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that's why I'm so fucking excited to see this.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm not going to be looking at this through the prism of, oh, it's not as good as the original. Oh, but if you see, no. This is my first ever fucking fresh take on a Candyman movie. And it's Jordan Peele. He's got quite a good recent track history.
Yeah.
Quite good, I said.
Yeah, okay. That I can work with. I can work with quite good. I can't go with full good.
And one thing I'll say about Jordan Peele, he's certainly got his own fucking individual style of filmmaking.
That he does. That I won't take away from you. That
he's
he does.
Got that kind of Nolan Ritchie thing where you can feel that, Tony Scott thing, you can feel that you are watching a Jordan Peele movie. So he's definitely got a voice as a director, which I admire. But even if you haven't fucking seen the original Candyman, you know the story. Say his name 5 times.
This is it.
It's like, that's such a great idea. And the mythology behind Candyman, the neighborhood guy who used to go and give candy to kids, and then he started sneaking razor blades into them to kill the kids. It's like, just everything about the mythology of Candyman is awesome. I am so pumped to see this film.
Cool. Now as I said, you taking it from a different prism. I was like, let me see the first and then see the second. That's an interesting thing. Don't judge it. Judge it. See it fresh.
No I like judgment. That. How fucking refreshing is that you can watch a remake with no preconceived judgments?
Right.
As I said, if you can go into a movie and enjoy it, you're winning at life.
That's the one. That is the one. Okay. In at number 2. The Suicide Squad.
Oh, mon ami, we are saying a punt.
Fair enough. Okay, so that was your number 2, so I could guess where that was at. What was your worst or least excited for?
Yeah, least excited. Again, absolute no-brainer. Space Jam.
So here's my thing, right? You asked about it earlier and I put it out there.
Oh, you didn't?
Space Jam 2 and Fast 9. Like, it's...
Well, we've
you
missed
know
Fast
where
9. It's not out at the cinema anymore.
come again?
We've missed Fast 9 here,
It's out.
unfortunately. It's finishing this Thursday.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I mean,
well, Black Widow's coming out, so the cinemas are like, make way!
Clear
the screens. Like, you look for any fucking movie listing past Thursday this week, good luck. It's all Black Widow.
I can imagine. Well, Space Jam 2, I just felt like you've missed the plot, and I'm old school, so Michael Jordan was going to be my guy. No offense to LeBron, like I agree you've done bits, but I like the concept, how they've mucked about with the graphics, but it just doesn't give me enough to want to be excited.
First off, I hate what they've done with the graphics. Absolutely fucking hate it. I do not like CGI Bugs Bunny. Like, I hate everything I have seen in this. And you know what I'll say? I am not a basketball fan. Like, I like the Boston Celtics if I had to pick a team because I like Larry Bird. That's about as far as my knowledge goes. Seriously, big, tall, white guy who could fucking dunk without jumping. It's like, okay, that's cool. You know, that's fucking cool. Jordan's the fucking one who made us all love basketball growing up. I'm sorry, I haven't seen a revival because basketball, okay, for our non-UK watchers and listeners, basketball is not a thing in the UK. It's just not. You see the odd basketball hard court here and there, but you know, you go to your local gyms and it's the fucking badminton gets booked out before basketball does nowadays.
Yeah, that's fact. That's true.
Like, it's just fact. Like, basketball is just not a thing here. Like, you need, if you want to play basketball, you need to look hard in this country. Hard. It's just not a thing. You maybe find 10 people in one block of London who like basketball. But I remember when we were growing up, and yeah, obviously it was the right time because Bugs Bunny and all that were at their height. The Looney Tunes were at their height when we were growing up. So obviously that was like, oh, that's cool. But bro, Space Jam came out. Every motherfucker at school gave away the football and traded in for the basketball.
Yeah.
Like, Jordan was a star. He was such a star. And I'm not talking about who's the better player because I don't fucking know. I don't know enough about the nuance of basketball to know who was more of a driving force of their team. Yeah, Jordan played in a team of all-stars. LeBron didn't. I don't know anything enough to make a valid sports argument here. But I'll say this. Michael Jordan, had they said he's coming back, I would be excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking for my own thing here. But if they said Space Jam 2 with Michael Jordan, I'd be like, oh, MJ's back, you know? It has that aura about it. LeBron's in it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. It's not going to make me rush out and go see it. Now, nothing against LeBron, the man. He's a perfectly lovely man. He gives a lot of his money away to charities and stuff. Respect to LeBron James, the human being, and fucking obviously respect to LeBron James, the basketball player. But it's not going to excite me to see the movie. And now you're going to fucking put War Machine in there as some kind of additional trope, and then you're going to CGI the Looney Tunes? No, you've lost me. Not only am I not interested in this, silver screen prediction right now, this movie is going to bomb. Bomb! For the reasons I've just said. Because there's no buzz about this. The comment you made in the WhatsApp group the other day, oh yeah, and it's a valid one. Kids' movies always make more money because you're essentially always going to have to sell minimum 2 cinema tickets instead of 1. Kids aren't buzzing about this.
I've not been around any to know, but it's just...
Zane, every time I go on PlayStation 5 and I see him online, he's playing NBA. Zane likes basketball. Has he once asked you to go and see Space Jam?
No, but again,
he's the demographic, bro. He's one of the few people who like basketball in England. He's at the age. LeBron is retiring. He's the star of Zane's generation. And your fucking nephew hasn't even said to you, Uncle Anthony, will you take me to go and see Space Jam? That's how I've got such a strong feeling that this is going to bomb.
I'm just going to touch on one thing very quickly because we need to wrap very soon. I think RIP, Kobe would have been still the bigger star than LeBron as well.
100%.
I don't know why it went that way, but we move on.
LeBron's the biggest star in the world, if we're honest. But
yeah,
Kobe's more for sure. I agree. But look, calling it now, this bombs. Fast 9, have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. They're fun movies.
I'm just tired of it. I think we've gone too far. Like 9 is a lot of films. Right.
And
okay.
Credit scene, so I think there's another one.
I think they're going up to 11. That's what I was told.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Okay. You're number 1. You punted, so it's not.
Yeah, it's the punt. My number 1. I am so fucking excited for this. It's the Suicide Squad. Bro, I am that weird person. I think you remember this, how happy I was when we got out of that original Suicide Squad movie. And the world hates it. That's fine. I won't even put it down as a guilty pleasure. I refuse to. I love that film. I love what they were trying to do with it. I love this kind of, I love this expression and I use it all the time, bubblegum cocaine that they were trying to throw in our face. I love the way they color paletted it, almost like an old school MTV Cribs or MTV music video. I love the characters in it. Were they underserved compared to the comic book? Sure. But you can literally argue that about any comic book movie ever if you want to be cynical.
No, for sure. Sure.
I remember the freak out that you and me had when we saw Joker and Harley dancing together and she was in her fucking Batman animated series animation. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it's the little things.
Yeah,
this
100%
works. I know everyone is, I don't like Jared Leto as the Joker. I loved him. Absolutely loved him. It worked for me. I don't care about if it's so different to the others. So what? Sometimes different isn't bad. And the fact that you're going to take a franchise, which I already really like, and you're going to put the Guardians of the Galaxy's James Gunn as the director, and then you're going to put the man who can't be seen, the nicest man in the world, John Cena, in there, take my money. Take my fucking money for days. I am going to see this movie so quickly. I'm there. Release day, I'm going to be there 10 a.m., 9 a.m., first screening. I cannot fucking tell you how excited I am about this. And maybe, just maybe, Idris Elba will be a lead in a movie where that actually makes money. Had to get
he won't. Sorry, that's the part I just don't see it. But no, the key part you put was I thought Gun at the helm will give us something to really be excited for. So yeah, let's see what comes forth. Right, you punted. It was your number 5, I believe. I think it's because I'm revisiting the MCU at the moment. Black Widow is my number 1. Yeah, bro, I think there's an excitement because I get to complete the phase with the missus more than anything else. And
your missus like ScarJo.
Yeah, she does. They're twins, believe it or not. Born on the same day. They're not actual twins. I've not dated Scarlett Johansson's undisclosed twin.
My G.
But more than anything else, it's interesting because it has to open the door to whatever comes next in this phase of MCU. So I'm like, where do we go? I know it's a backstory. I don't know if I'm waiting to more than anything. It's the post credit more than the main film, which sounds really offensive to the film.
No, it's true. I'm with you.
I'm like, this could be interesting. So
it could be, but can I be real? Just from what I've seen from the trailers and the promos, and also from the very mixed reviews that are coming out, this looks cookie cutter as fuck. It looks really generic. Some people are saying that this is the worst MCU villain ever in Taskmaster. Some are not being so harsh. I'm hearing mixed things from sources that I trust on both sides. IGN, Jeremy Johns, they're saying very mixed things. But it just feels like it's 4 years too fucking late, man.
It should have been a story before Thanos. That's essential. Yeah. That's the key. But hey, so at one point we thought it was going to be
felt, you know.
Yeah, there was a point we even thought it was scrapped, but I'm intrigued, and it's just around the corner. Literally tomorrow it's out, and so hey, if I'm going to talk anticipation, today's the day. So that's why I got there.
That's fair. I'm with you though. Post-credit scene.
A post-credit is what's going to catch me. Right. Okay.
Something to you quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I obviously put the message out on Twitter. I know we're going to do the Rush. We're planning on doing the Rushmore here. Here's a suggestion. How about no Rushmore this week? And let me explain to you why.
You have my
Let me explain to you why, and to our listeners as well, as an exception. A bit like when we were doing our top 10 personal films of all time, right? Your one and my one are so fucking different. Like they're not even comparable.
Yeah.
But how am I going to vote for my one being better than your one, or my 3 being better than your 5? Like, no, this is so fucking subjective, and it's not.
And based on a list of films that we haven't seen. Some are in different countries, mean different votes. It's ridiculous.
And can I tell you? I put the message out on Twitter a week ago, whenever it was. What's the most anticipated film of the summer for you guys? I don't think a single one of our movies made it onto that Twitter list. And the movie that came up again and again and again was The Green Knight. So people are looking forward to different things. I don't see much point in putting a poll up because based on the answers I got, it's just going to be met with, I'm not looking forward to any of these.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so that actually works amazing for me in terms of time. But you did say a poll. Why did we bring up a poll? Because normally the Silver Screen Dudes, alongside Movie Polls for You, put out a poll. We normally put out the must-see films of this occasion. It's summer, guys. Go enjoy cinema, please. And we then crown, as the Highlander would say, one. There can only be one. So last time, our topic was...
fucking touch on that, because I heard you say this.
What?
Say the Highlander line again.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. I swear it's there can be only one. In the end, there can be only one.
Are you doing this on a day when I don't have time?
I know, but bro, it's just I heard it the other day and I was like, oh, I hope he hasn't been saying this for weeks.
No one's written in?
Yeah, you know what people are like.
There can be only one.
There can only be one, or there can be only one?
There can be only one.
There can be only one, right? You've just said there can only be one.
There can be only one. Okay, yes. So to quote Highlander, there can be only one. Right. That's the point. So last time our topic was...
I'd love Twitter to load. Ah, it's loaded. Very good. Got it. Last time our topic was the top slow-mo action scenes, and I put a caveat on this, excluding The Matrix, because duh.
Exactly. So our contenders were...
Our contenders were the street explosion from Swordfish, This Is Sparta from 300, the tea house scene from Hard Boiled, and Quicksilver from X-Men Days of Future Past. This didn't resonate with people, this one.
Fair enough.
Only 205 people voted.
Okay.
Had a few comments. Guess who starts?
Good old Chris.
Good old Chris. Started fine. Shared a gif of the kick. This is Sparta, right? But then he said, wait, why are you excluding The Matrix? I had to answer. Easiest answer ever. The Matrix is number one. Nothing even comes close. It finished on both our lists, and everyone picked it. Won't be much of an interesting poll if it is included now, will it? And then he came back with, was only joking.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well played, Chris.
Andy Hart at Fandango Groover says, has to be Days of Future Past, a film that you really need to reevaluate. And I think that was directed at both of us.
Fair play.
I've said to him, man, we've tried so many times. The plot holes are just epic.
It actually worked worse for me when I revisited. So
it gets worse every time.
I actually really enjoyed it. Second time, not so much, but yeah.
Then he said, true, but there is so much that is good about it. And although it is a new story, it really captures the spirit. I mean, we have a bit of a comic discussion here. Andy, AJ's in a rush, so I'm not going to read out all the comments. It was a good debate, though. Go and read the thread. Wow. Cumberdick Benderbatch.
Interesting name.
Wow. Picked the walking down the stairs naval battle in Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, not a choice, but actually it was quite a good scene. You remember it?
Yes.
That Caribbean movie when the general dies and everything's blowing up around him. That was well shot, to be fair. And the last comment, Jay Faulkner put Quicksilver in Days of Future Past was better use of slow-mo and show of powers on screen for any superhero to that time. That better even than The Matrix. It was a joy for the eyeballs. It was good, wasn't it?
It was. It's all kinds of awesome.
So AJ, as I said, really few comments, only a few 200 votes. Take a guess, mate. I know you've got little to go off.
Hard Boiled at number 4?
No.
Okay.
Which made me happy.
Good. Swordfish, because people hate the film.
Swordfish at number 4 only had 13%.
Then This Is Sparta.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Hard Boiled.
Yeah, 14%.
Okay. Fair enough. Followed by 300.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. The two comments that we did have was Quicksilver, hence what tips it from us. Thank you, people. Curveball me there.
Days of Future Past had 27. This Is Sparta fucking stole the show, mate. 46%.
Awesome. Well played. Hey, That was my Hey, it was on the list. We got there. Okay, guys. I would love to, but unless you want to hear about my breakup on next week's episode, I gotta go. So, guys, thank you very much.
Everything that the Silver Screen Dudes are doing at www.silverscreendudes.com. We're available on all podcast platforms for both iOS and Android, Movie Matt Rushmore and Ministry of Wrestling. Check out our YouTube channel for videos on movies, wrestling, and video games. Video game live streams returning possibly this Thursday, definitely next Tuesday or Thursday, with myself and the one AJ Anthony Jordan. Signing out, I'm Nico Lura. Shout out to all my Nicoholics. He's Anthony AJ Jordan, also known as the one AJ. Go spend time with your missus, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.